Okay, so let's talk about, well, I was going to say gays, but let's talk about homosexuality in Belize.
Homosexuality. And this is a very sticky topic, man.
Yeah.
Very sticky. I think this should be a national conversation.
Well, let's get it started.
Because I don't think we ever, as a country, discuss what is homosexuality or what is gay or what it means to be gay.
I think for the most part, people kind of think they know what.
Well,
what
the consensus,
gay is,
the consensus of being gay, especially, I think it's a generational thing too. But in our generation and above, it's anti-gay. It's anti everything gay is doing. We don't want no parts of that. Period.
Right.
So I'm not sure that narrative is still the same today.
Right. So growing up in Belize in the 90s, early 2000s, homosexuality was straight taboo. Nobody talked about it.
Right.
But we all knew that we didn't like it. We all knew that.
But why? But the question is why you didn't like it. Why? You just can't say you didn't like something. What was the reasoning for not liking it?
Because speaking for myself and from what I believe my peers felt as well, we feel that. We feel that they're different from us. Someone who's homosexual.
Like, they're human beings. What you mean they're different?
Yeah, but
you make it seem like these people like alien creatures or something.
No, but we see them in a negative light. Like that's always been the way we see them. It's almost what the word I want to use. I don't want to use. But
right. So you got to keep it
keep it right. But we really, man, it was bad.
It was bad. Okay.
Do you think that's changed?
I think it has changed, yes.
In America here, they have really made a conscious effort to...
Beyond a conscious effort. Now it's being force-fed down our throats every day. It's not even a conscious effort anymore. And again, that's fine. That's where the world is, and, you got to accept change when change happens, But like yourself, in regards to my experience with homosexuality growing up, I was totally anti. I was anti to the point that I don't think we could coexist. Yeah. That's how bad it was for me. I didn't think there was a space for me and another gay person. And it's just based on, again, the religious background of it. Growing up younger, I grew up in the Catholic Church.
Well, And
the Catholic Church had a big influence on young me, when I was younger.
Well, I think they still have that influence, though.
I think that faded off too.
You think so?
I know so. I don't think they have that influence and again, they have their own issues with this issue of homosexuality. A lot of the Catholic priests.
That's true.
And I know this for a fact because this was going on in my time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just coming out now that this is, prevalent around, priests and pastors in the Catholic Church. But I was just saying, well, that was the influence that I had was the church on one end. Then on the backside of it, we have the environment and the music that we listen to. You know what I mean? And it was constantly reinforced on my young mind to think that these people were that whole idea was bad. I think now, being a little bit older and a little bit more mature and living here in what I think is the black capital of gay.
Yeah, that's true.
You kind of like seeing it in a different light. And to be honest with you, what made me really started really seeing it in a different light was when I saw a clip one time online, actually. Mm-hmm. And I think it was in Jamaica or one of these islands. And I saw this clip of, they were torturing this guy, man, because of his sexuality. And I'm like, this is nuts.
Right.
This is nuts.
Right.
So you sing the songs, you hear, you watch, your church individuals preach against it, but to actually watch someone getting tortured and beat up and killed because of his sexuality, I was like, whoa, this is a caveman mentality that I have, and I have to fix that.
I think for me, when it really made a difference for me was when they had that shooting in Orlando.
Yeah.
In that club where
that was recent, so you were still anti up until then?
Yeah, I seriously, I didn't really I wasn't on this whole promoting LGBTQ thing that I see happening in America. Like, I was still really in that Belize mentality of, no, we bummed them. Like, we're not with that.
Right.
And, you know, like you said, we sing the songs and all of that, but when that shooting actually happened, I actually felt a little bit
got real then.
Yeah, like, that was hard, man. Like, I was like, yeah, no, we can't do that.
Like that. Yeah, I mean, violence doesn't solve anything. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm still waiting for a person to tell me when violence or any of these techniques they're doing has ever stopped a person from loving who the hell they want to love, you know?
Right. So, earlier you said that something about defining gay.
Yeah. So, how do you define gay?
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's the real
question.
So, so the way I understand it, right?
Okay.
There's heterosexuals, that's us.
Okay.
Straight people who like people of the opposite sex.
Correct.
And then there's homosexuals and bisexuals and, well, homosexuals who are people who like people of the same sex.
Correct.
And then under that homosexual bracket, from my understanding, there's gay, which is normally referred to as men, and lesbians,
right,
which are women. And then there's bisexual, people who go both ways. And then there's transgender. They also fall into the T.
Right.
And I think Q is for like queer or questionable or something like that.
I think queer is a slur. You don't want to use that word.
Okay, so questionable. Right, so that is my understanding of being gay. But my question to you is this, Clint. Does a one-time encounter with the same sex make somebody gay?
It all depends.
Depends on what?
It all depends.
What if it's just curiosity?
Again, that's what I said. So for me, I don't really see two women being gay as being gay.
Whoa. Isn't it the same thing, man? So tell me about that. What do you mean?
I mean, they're using toys, man. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not sodomizing nobody.
But homosexuality isn't sodomy. That's not the definition we just gave. Homosexuality is same sex.
Let's keep it real. In any commonwealth, any country that were conquered by the British and who inherited the British laws, we inherited that sodomy. Okay, sodomy is illegal. It wasn't until recent, I think, that law has been reversed.
Right, I think like 2016 in Belize, it was changed. But then that doesn't mean homosexuality. That's completely different, isn't it?
That's the reason why I feel like women who are involved in that lifestyle, these are two women, and I don't think for me that's how my mind is warped about it. The problem that I have is, to be honest with you, is the man on man. That's just that's the ones that are really against that, or the men, the trannies, the ones who dress like women, but they really are men.
But you can't pick and choose from the group what's acceptable and what's not.
No. That's why it's not left up to me to craft policies or try to figure out what's the best way forward so that everyone can again coexist and live peacefully. Because if it's up to me, man,
that is actually an interesting perspective. I am curious to know how other people feel about that. Like, is it just, are they all in the same bucket? Is it you're gay or you're if you like the same sex, that's it, you're gay.
So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the dudes who act straight, have a wife, but behind the back they have
the DL brothers,
the DL dudes, the dudes that go behind and.
They're the worst ones.
How do you define the worst ones?
They're the worst ones, man, because...
Are they worse than a tranny that's lying to dudes, pretend to be a girl?
Man, how often does a tranny actually get away with that shit? I'm sorry for my language, but I mean, it's actually obvious that they're not a woman. But the DL brothers...
That's not obvious for a lot of people. Yo, you see some of these trannies lately?
No.
As a matter of fact, We seen some of them while we were together. They getting the butt transplant and all that now.
Oh yeah, that was
so
bad.
You cannot tell.
No, but
nowadays.
you see, the thing is this. Let me tell you why I say they're the worst ones. They're like the DL brothers, man. They're living a lie, and they are the ones who are really making it tough for people, right? At least the ones who are out there. We may not like it that they're flamboyant about it. I know that's one of the things that people can't stand, how flamboyant they are about being gay.
Right.
And proud of it, you know? Because we still feel like it's taboo and they should keep that to themselves. Right? We don't flaunt that we're straight. So why do they do it, right? But the DL brothers, man, they act straight. They have a wife. They go home. They're having sexual encounters with their wives unprotected.
Right.
They're out there with doing whatever they're doing on the DL. You know, they're living a lie. They're the ones who's responsible for a lot of these diseases and stuff that's happening. They're the worst ones because they're in the closet.
Homosexuality, period. Sexuality, period, is responsible for the diseases. Because let's get it straight. I don't think right now, the way how things are moving, man, just sex alone is causing disease, you know what I mean? Because there's no boundaries no more. What was taboo? We started off about what was taboo in our time. What was taboo in our time is not taboo no more. And again, this is what leads to the next question I have for you. Do you think a guy that sodomized a woman is gay?
No.
Man, that man gay, man.
No. The definition of being gay is the same sex. Man, I mean, you're with a woman. Why isn't that just experimentation like you experiment with anything else sexually?
There's a room for entrance and there's a room for exit. You don't go through the exit, man. You know what I'm saying? The exit room's supposed to be closed.
I get that, but that doesn't. I don't think that makes somebody gay. You are like, oh well, if they do that, they have some kind of tendency towards.
If you are knowingly and find it pleasurable to me to find yourself in a predicament where you think that's acceptable, man, yo, you got to be checked out. I mean, I don't know.
It might be a little too freaky for me, but I don't know if I mean, what people do in their bedrooms and stuff, it's private. I mean, people
this whole conversation is supposed to be private then, because why does it matter someone is gay if that's the standards?
Well, that's not
because you
closed doors though. I mean gays out there.
No, it's not. I mean, most people that are gay, you don't even know they're gay. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
These days, I don't know about that.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I mean, we're just talking about how to do it, because again, in our culture, being gay is a complete, absolute no-no.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I got one more question I want to ask you. In regards to being gay, because you made a comment earlier about if you have a one-time encounter with the opposite sex, if that makes you gay.
With the same sex.
With the same sex, I'm sorry, if that makes you gay. So, what if you are coerced into doing that?
Okay.
What, for example, because this happens a lot, and I think we got to bring it.